Is the permission part was clear to all of you? Is that clear to all of you? That yesterday topic, permission one. All of you comfortable with that now? And nobody can confirm? Okay. So let's start. Okay. So today our topic will be going with the scripting. So anybody here who have any programming language experience? Any programming language? Or have you heard about any programming language name? Anybody? Okay, I don't know what happened from yesterday. Only this machine is not getting connected. Just give me a second. So let me connect from the browser itself because Putty is not working. Why fail to refresh is coming? So they are asking for some update. Let me just type it meanwhile. They will update it. They are saying it. Just give me a second. I think yesterday we done one changes. Maybe that caused that. Just give me a second. Um, so let me just change the permission here. Chmod to 700 for the EC2 user. So this is fine now. I'm just using Putty. Yeah, now it is connecting. Yes. So remember it, if anybody also try to change the permission of this EC2 user directly by default. Yesterday, if you remember, right, to make this raw user to go inside this EC2 user, I done some changes in the permission, right? But due to that reason, what done is AWS due to security purpose, okay, because now if in we given for others also I given read write execute permission, right? That is not safe. Anybody can do the login, right? That's why they started to refuse the key. So hope all of you understand that. Okay, as soon as I removed that, now it is working perfectly fine. All of you got this, right? What I explained you just now. Yes or no? This part.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. So this is the reason. Now let's come to the scripting part. So I asked you that about the programming languages, right? So somebody said yes. So which programming languages you heard about till now? Or have you worked on any programming language? No? Have you heard about Python anyway? Okay. Just type Python online compiler. Okay, just type Python online compiler. Enter it. You'll get the Python screen. Okay, just go to the first website. They will give you the Python screen where you can run the command. Okay, and you can get the output. Okay, so take an example. Somebody written a command called print hello world. What this command is going to do? If I'll run it, it will print hello world. Okay, in place of this hello world, if you are going to replace with something called right? So if I'm going to run this, what they will do? They will print the keysen. That means whatever the things you are saying to this print option, they are going to do the print like this. Similarly, why this is coming again and again. Okay, so if I'll say here, take an example, you want to do the sum of two number, right? That also you can do simply. You will write like a is equal to 5, b is equal to 10, right? And if I'll do the sum, so sum is again a new variable and I'm just doing a plus b. Okay, and if I'll do the print, you have to print the sum. That's it. If I'll just print it, what it will do? It will print the sum of the two number. Let's say they're giving us the answer. So like this way also you can do it. Okay, so the Python is so simple. Okay, you if you know the basics English, right? So you'll be easily able to understand. There is nothing in that. So we are not going to learn Python. We are going to learn the Bash scripting. Okay. But whatever the things I will do in the Bash scripting, exactly same thing I will show it in the Python programming language also. Okay. So you will be comfortable in both. Okay. That will be our goal. Okay. So the first thing in the Python I shown you that if you want to print something, okay, in the Python, if you want to print something, we can just write the print command. Okay. Similarly, in the Linux machine, if you want to print something, there is a command called echo. Okay, if you remember all of you, I talked about, right? Sudo switch is a root. First become the root user, clear it all. If any file is there, let me delete all those files. Delete all now. Now, I showed you about the echo command. So whatever the print command is doing, exactly same thing echo command is also doing. You will print echo hello. So they will print hello only. If you say print hello, they will print hello only. Okay, so both are same only. Okay. Now, if I want to run a bash script, okay, so for what reason we are creating a bash script? So let me show you something like this. If somebody
I
given
have one question.
yeah,
So I have I know about Java and it's a backend language and Python. So
okay,
can you give a little bit detail of Bash scripting, why we use this, and like a
yeah,
little bit background?
yeah, that's what I'm giving you. Now I said you right. I will tell you why we are using the bash scripting. Okay.
Okay.
So see, the reason is if somebody is saying you that you have to run the date command, okay, then somebody is saying you have to run the cal command, then somebody is saying you have to run pwd command. So I set the command, you run it. Well and good. Okay. Now if I'm saying you have to run these three command every half an hour. Okay. So in that case
Okay.
also you don't have the problem. You will be running the command like date, cal, pwd, something like this every half an hour, right? But there are
Yeah.
100 commands that you have to run it every half an hour. Is that make sense that you will write that command again and again? No, right? So in this case, we require the automation. As a DevOps engineer, your mind should always go for automation. That means you should automate the work. Okay. You should not unnecessarily just keep doing the things which can be automated. Okay. That will be our goal. So to do this, Bash scripting or any programming language also you can use it exactly same way. Programming language also do the exactly same thing. Okay. If there is something interesting thing came in the market that till now nobody done it, programming language cannot do it until and unless somebody is not writing the logic of that. Okay. Once the logic is written, if somebody designed the Facebook application, right now anybody can use that Facebook application. right?
Yeah.
If you know that somebody can read the code of the Facebook, they can go in the reverse order and they can write the entire code of the Facebook application in some different programming language also. Maybe Facebook is written in the Go programming language, take an example. Now if somebody want to write in the Java, if they know the logic how the Facebook got developed, they can do easily a switch, right? But the first time whoever writing the Facebook application, for them it was really difficult. They have to create the logic, they have to think the logic, that how friend list will be sorted, how the newsfeed will be going to be visual, right? They have to sort it everything. So exactly same way, if something we are going to do the first time, we have to write in the bash scripting also, we'll be writing the script. But once the script is ready, so from the next time if somebody is saying me that can you run this 10 commands, I will just run a script and all the 10 commands will run. We don't have to write it again. Making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so to run any bash script or to write any bash script, the first thing you have to remember is you have to create a file. Okay, and file extension should be ending with .sh. .sh means script. Okay, and why we are going with the bash shell only? So you will see here echo command I send you, right? It is going to print something. And echo command is going to print this one. Let me just write here $shell. See, it is printing something called /bin/bash. That means in our Linux machine, by default, whatever this terminal you are seeing, right? This is the bash shell. That's why we are learning the bash scripting. Okay, that is the thing. Now, what is this $shell or something? So basically, in the Linux, we can assign some variable also. When you write the env command, now they will show you some variable name. And in this variable only, see here in the shell value, I written as /bin/bash. Making sense? That means if somebody is going to say that, can you call the value of the shell variable? So I will just write echo $shell and they will print /bin/bash. These all things are set, okay, in the Linux. You can set some extra variable you also want to do it. You can do it. Like take an example. Currently, if I do echo $a, so nothing is there because $a, there is no value is assigned to that, right? But if somebody is going to assign that, whenever I will say a is equal to 5, it will happen, right? So from the next time, if somebody is going to write the command echo $a, okay, see what is going to print it. It is printing 5 because we set the value of a is equal to 5. Making sense? Okay. Now, by using this type of the concept, you can do so many interesting things also. Okay. Like take an example, there is a clear screen, right? It will clear everything always, right? Now, if you want to do something like some people, you want to just make him a little bit confusing, that he will be a little bit uh, like it is just like you want to do something a fun work with your friend or something like that, right? So what you can do is you can just write like this. If somebody will write the ls command, you can just do it now from where okay, actually wait, just give me a second. For this I forgot the command. Let me show you that part, because if this is game, so I just want to show you that also. Equal to operator only they are doing, but then why it is not happening? Let me try with some different command. Uh, if I'll say e is equal to date, let me just check if that is working. E is not, no, this is not working.
Yeah, that's I'm getting the same message also.
Yeah, wait. Just give me a second. I think we are missing one thing. So command, what else? Is
No, it's working now for me.
it working for you?
Yeah.
What you done?
So I first printed echo $a, then I gave the value a is equals to date, and then I printed echo $a. It gave me date in the as
No,
output.
no. So it is giving you just the output, right? Like that is. I don't want to store like to say this is, see, currently this is
Yeah.
working stored it as a string, right? I want to store it as a command. Okay, that is my
Okay.
goal. So if somebody will type a, actually it should print the output of the date command. That was our goal. Okay.
Okay.
So I forgot that actually there is one symbol we have to use. Hey, yeah, we have to use the dollar, I think. Just give me a second. If I'll say is equal to dollar date. Hope this will work. That is also not working. But let me just do echo dollar a. Will that work? Yes. Yeah, it is showing the exactly same command of previous one. Okay, this one I will tell you tomorrow. Okay, when I will say it related with this one. No, I will show you tomorrow this. There is one symbol that I am forgetting. Okay, let it be. Now let's come to the bash scripting. So what the bash scripting actually do? So take an example. You are creating a file. Okay, I am creating a file. Take an example dot hello dot sh. We have to give the extension called dot sh. Okay, that is the first thing. Once I'll press enter, we'll go inside this file. Okay, then I will press I for insert mode. Okay, I'll press I for insert. Now the first line, whatever you are have to type it here is the h. Is this is visible to you, or should I change the color? Whatever I'm writing, is it visible to you? Slash bin slash bash.
Yeah, please change the color.
Okay. Okay. So now, once you written this line, that means this is the first time we say it as a cbang command. Once you write like this, then only this file will be treated as a bash file. Okay, bash script. Now, after this, whatever the command you want to run it here, like if somebody said you that you have to run the date command, then you have to run the cal command, pwd command, date plus percentage e command,
बोला नहीं अभी नहीं ये तो
date plus percentage e command. Okay, like this way, whatever the command you want to run it, you can just type it here like this. Okay. Once you've done all these commands written here, simply save this file. Simply save this file. Okay, after writing all this command in each line. Now you see that you created a file hello.sh. If you do see the permission of this file, what is the permission here? We don't have the permission, right? Execute permission. I said if you'll give the execute permission in the file, then only you can run that file. X permission is missing. So now the question is to whom I want to give the X permission. So it's totally your choice, whether you want to give it only for the user, whether you want to give it for the user and group, whether you want to give for others user also. Okay. So take an example. If I want to give it only for users and group, then you have to write the command called 75. Okay, 754. If I want to give to everybody, then I will just write the command called 755 hello.sh. It will give the execute permission to everybody. You can verify also ls-f1 the x permission got added to all the person. And since x permission is added, okay, to this hello.sh file, that's why its color become green now. Its color become green. That means now it is executable. Now, if somebody is saying me, can you run all that command? So we don't have to write anything. We already created the file, right? So I have to just write dot slash hello.sh. That's it. I'll press enter. See, they run the date command, they run the cal command, pwd command, date plus percentage e command, echo command. They are running it. Again, if somebody will run this script, okay. So again, see the new output is coming 350 to 53. That means this time they run it. Again, if I'll run it, so see this time 350 to 59. That means it is working perfectly fine. So whenever somebody will say we have to run this script and our work will be done. Is this making sense? All of you?
yes.
So hope this is clear to all of you. Okay, if you'll see that this is the normal thing we did
What's the application of this file? Like if I create one of this file and I put commands in it, just like you put it, how where I can use this type of file?
the application. Again, just think now, somebody is saying you to run some commands, right? Take an example, there is a scenario in every day, whenever on the Monday company opens, right? We have to do some check, right? All the applications, everything is running perfectly fine or not, right? So for that, we have to run some commands there. Okay. So that all commands we can keep it in a file. Okay, and we can just run the script. If that script, all the output we are seeing, if everything looks perfectly fine, then we can say yes, it is working perfectly fine. Else, it is not working. That's it, right? Not clear? Okay. Now, yeah, you want to say something?
Oh, no, no, sorry.
Okay. So now we have to see the variable concept. Okay. So what is the variable? So let me first explain you the variable in this Python. Okay. So whatever the concept here I written, right? Like we are assigning some value to the A, assigning some value to the B, then we are created a sum. So sum is just a variable here, right? Which is taking the value of A plus B. And A plus B, if you're changing the value, right? If I'll take the A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10, that means what will happen? Entire value is changed, entire sum will change, and that's why output is getting changed. That means why we want to fix the variable? Because if you want to keep changing the content, right? If I want to keep changing this name, like today I want to add this two number 10 plus 10. Tomorrow maybe I want to add 55 plus 55, right? So if I will assign it in a variable term, then we have to just change the variable. Entire logic will be same. We don't have to touch it. Just we have to change the variable value. That's it. They are going to do the sum. That is the benefit of the variable. Okay. Not only this, you can print the name, everything also. Okay. Like take an example, you can create a okay, you can create like this first name. Okay, then you can create a variable with the name called first name. Here you can write the first name. Then you can create another variable name with the name called last name. Okay, here you can write something like this. Then you can simply say print. Okay, and then you can print like this first name. So see, make sure this first name is I written in the dual code. Okay, and this first name I written outside. Okay, what is the meaning of this? This whatever the things we are written in the double quote, okay, that will be printed as it is. Whatever you are writing outside of that, that will be treated not as first name. It will be treated as a variable. And what is the variable value is there? Kisan. That's why they are printing first name is Kisan. Okay, hope this making sense to all of you. Okay, if I'm going to write this first name also between the double quote, then what is going to happen? They will print first name is first name only. But I don't want to do like that, right? I want to print the value here. So that's why we don't have to keep it between the double quote. Is it clear? This part? Okay. Similarly, in the bash scripting, if you want to do the concept of variable, okay, so what you have to do is, again, you'll be creating a file with the name called variable.sh. Inside this file, the first line you'll be writing again is the cven command /string/bash. Then you'll be creating some variable, like taking example, I'm creating again the variable name here also. Logic will be same. Okay, that's why I first one in the Python. Last name. Why? And I'm saying that echo is just like print, right? And I'm saying my first name is. So what do you think it will print? Anybody? If I'm going to run this, what it will print? Or let me just complete both the statement. Echo. What it should print? Anybody? What do you think?
It is going to print my first name is Krishna and my last name is Roy.
Is it because we kept it between the dual code? If we'll see.
Yeah.
We kept it between the double quote, right? So how they are going to treat that this first name is first name and this first name is the value of Kisan? That doesn't make sense, right? Because you written both as the same way, right? So it is going to print as it is. They are not taking the value or something. So if I'll save this file and if I'll give the chmod 755, because you have to give the executable permission, then I will try to run it. They will print as it is. My first name is first name, my last name is last name, because I kept everything in the double quote. Okay. But if you want that they should not print this first name as first name, they should print here variable name. So I have to specify to the Linux that Linux, this is a variable. And for that, we have to use the dollar command. In the starting, I shown you, right? Echo dollar sale. Then only it was printing the value of that. That's why dollar here we have to write. Now, since I retain the dollar, now Linux understand, okay, you're talking about dollar symbol. That means, okay, we have to find for the variable value. And variable value is this one. So I will print that one. So I'll just print here. Again run this. So see, now they are printing my first name is this one, my last name is this one. Okay. Now, again, if somebody see, till now what is going to happen, every time you are going to run this script, it is going to print exactly same thing, right? So it doesn't make sense because it is printing exactly only one name every time. Okay. But there can be 100 names that I want to print in this format, my first name, my last name, like that way. Okay. For some reason. So in that case, this is not going to work because every time I have to come inside this file, every time I have to come inside the file and I have to manually edit this name. Okay. And this will be again time taking process. So you can simply say to the first name variable that do one thing. I am giving you the value called $1 and for Roy, I am giving the value called $2. What is the meaning of this $1 and $2? So I am saying I will write the first word that you have to store it in the $1. I will write the second word that you have to store it in the $2. Now let me show you. WQ. I done this only one change. In place of Kishan and Roy, I just replace it with the $1 and $2. Now if I will try to print it, it is going to print nothing because I did not assign any value, right? $1, $2 only I just assigned it. So it is just printing empty statement. But now if I'll say to the variable.sh, can you just print here Mr. Surya, something like this. I'll press enter. See, they are printing both the thing. My first name is Mr. My last name is Surya. Whatever the output. This first output is taken as $1. The second word is taken as $2. So now from now on, whenever you want to write, right? So just keep the username, right? John, Jack, something like that. So I will just press enter. My first name is John, my last name is Jack, something like that. They will be doing that. Is this making sense? How we are taking the input as a variable? Right? You have to simply just mention $1 and $2 in this variable.sh file, and then you can read it directly. Okay, and whatever the things you will store it here, that will be printed here. Similarly, let's go inside this variable.sh file, and inside this taking example, I'm creating one more variable, and variable name is day. Okay, day. Like what is the today day that I want to store? So what I can do is I can just store it here manually also that today is Wednesday, right? But that doesn't make sense because every day we have to keep changing. Today is Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday, day after tomorrow will be Friday, like that way. So in that case, we are simply saying that do one thing. You have to run a command, date plus percentage a. And if you know that date plus percentage a is a command which is going to print the weekday. Okay, date plus percentage a. So I'm saying you have to run that particular command and then you have to save it, okay, as a day. Okay, you have to run it and you have to save it as a day. And since we are going to do this, now what will happen is if somebody is going to come here, they will print echo today day is. So we did not return any Wednesday or something, right? I'm just saying today day is, and just you have to use the $day symbol. Why $day? Because the value of day will be stored in a variable, right? So that's why we have to write $day. Then only they will read it from here. Okay. And I will simply save this file. Now you will run this script, okay, with some name. So they are printing my first name also, last name also, and today day is Wednesday. That also they are printing, and that value they are taking it from this command, date plus percentage capital A. So tomorrow when I will run this command, it will give the Thursday. So again, I will run this script. So tomorrow they will say today day is Thursday. That means every day we don't have to update it. So that also you can do it easily. So this is clear how you can store the command output in a variable. That is basically the meaning I am showing you here. Any confusion in variable.sh file? Just read this. This is the variable.sh file. If anything you want to ask in any of these lines, you can just ask. Okay, so then I hope everything is clear to you. Just give me a second.
Right now it's clear, but once we practice, then only we get to know if we are okay with it or not. Then,
Okay,
but then
see, you have to
we'll
here only understand the logic. If logic is clear now, okay.
yeah.
So yeah, you'll practice it. Now see, today I just given the date plus percentage day command, right? You can think of some different scenario and you can use some different command here also, right? That you can say between some different variable that you can
Okay.
just print it.
Yep.
So like this way you can use it. Just you have to focus on this. Okay, $1, $2 if you write. So if there are going to give 3 word I want to write, like currently I'm just printing 2, right? Tomorrow there can be case that we want to enter 3 words, right? So I'll create one more variable and in that I will store $3. So third word will be saved in the $3. Fourth word will be saved in the $4. That also you can do. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Now after this variable dot file, we have to see about the conditional statement if and else condition. So anybody aware about this if and else condition?
Yes, it's a loop condition. If there are two
If and
statements,
else is not the loop condition. Loop is for while everything.
I mean, it's a decision, like some
Yeah.
decision. If this happens and this, then other than otherwise, the other thing happens.
Okay. So take an example. I'm writing a situation here. A is equal to 10. Okay. And if I'm writing here another condition like, I don't know why it is not working today. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. Okay, and if I'm writing a condition here, if A is greater than B, then what you have to do is you have to print A is greater. So what do you think? Will it print anything or what it will print if it will print? If I'm going to run this command,
It will not print this.
it will print empty, like you're saying. Huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So it is not going to print anything. Why? Because this condition is not satisfied, right? So until and unless this condition is not satisfied, this is not going to print because we written inside this if block. Okay. Now, if somebody is going to change this value, like now A is 100. Now, is this condition is true or false?
Now it's true because A is greater than B.
Yeah. So now if I'm going to run this, it will print A is greater than B. So this is the condition. Okay. So if somebody is going to write now this type of the condition, I'm going to write after this, I'm writing elif. Okay. If this is not the condition, like if A is not greater than B, then what can be another condition? A can be less than B, right? So if A is less than B, then in that case, you have to print A is less than B, something like this. So if I'll do here, let me just write lesser. So if I'll run it here, so now see, still it is printing greater than B. Okay, but as soon as now B is going to be greater, So now this condition is not going to be satisfied, right? So it is not going to print A is greater than B. So they will again check the next condition. The next condition is A is less than B. So see, they are printing this. If I'll run this, so see, A is lesser than B. Now the problem is one more thing, right? If I am going to give 200, 200, will it print anything? No. See, it is not checking the condition and it is getting in the infinite loop type of the thing. Okay. Because we did not given any condition or something that if it A is not greater than B, A is not less than B, then what is going to happen? And see, we cannot do anything here. Okay. This page got blocked here, right? So what we have to do is, let me just copy this block and I'll refresh this page because you have to give the entire condition always, right? So if I write like this, so if I'll say that if this is condition is not true, if this condition is not true, then what you have to do is else for any other condition, because see, we know that only three conditions can be possible, right? Either A will be greater than B, either A will be less than B, or else it will be definitely equal to B, right? So we don't have to write that condition. We can simply write here print A is greater than B, because if the upper two condition is not satisfied, that means definitely it is A is equal to B only. And now if we'll run this, now see the logic, it will print A is equal to B. Okay, that means first they will check this condition, not true. They will check this condition, not true. Then they are going to do this. Okay. Is this good? This if condition understood? Okay. Now, exactly same thing. This conditional statement, if you want to do it in the Linux, okay. What happened? Connection got about. Let me restart the session. Become the root user. So I'm just showing you the if condition statement for now, okay, and other things we'll see tomorrow. So again, you will be creating a file. I'm creating a file with the name called if condition.sh, okay, and the first thing you have to always write is the cmon command. Again, we'll be assigning some variable here. So I'm assigning a variable with the name called A is equal to 100. Take an example, and I'm writing B is equal to 200. And if I'm writing the condition here, okay, like if, and here we have to always write in the square bracket, a square bracket. We cannot write like this A directly, right? Because we have to write $A. Okay, hope that makes sense to you. Because we are going to ask for the variable value, right? So we have to always write $A. And we cannot write like this less than directly. We have to use the hyphen LT. LT is for less than. So if $E is less than $B, then what you have to do? That you have to write it here. Okay, like this. $A minus LT, LT for less than, GT for greater than, EQ for equal to. Okay. Then if this condition is true, then what you have to do is, then what you have to print? You have to print echo $A is less than $B. Something like this I done it. Okay. And now I am closing this statement F5. Okay. Now what is going to happen if I'll save this file? Okay. And if I'm going to give the permission chmod 755 to the if condition.sh, and I will do /if condition. So see, it is saying that 100 is less than 200. That means it is working perfectly fine. Okay. But now again, every time I'm going to run this, it will print the exactly same. So that doesn't make sense, right? So again, what we can do, we can just go here in place of 100 and 200. We are just saying, don't take the value directly from here. I will assign you the value $1 and $2 like that. Now I'll save this. If I'll run currently, they will print nothing. Okay. Because we did not given any value name or something. Now I am saying that you have to compare two numbers, 200 and 300. So they are comparing, yes, 200 is less than 300. If I'm saying that, can you compare 200 with 600? So they will say, yes, I'm comparing 200 is less than 600. But as soon as I'm going to give this a statement, 500 and 200, that means 500 is not less than, right? So this is not going to print anything because your condition is not getting satisfied. Okay. So now again, you want to make all the condition true, something like this. Then you can come here, write one more if condition, and right here, if this is not true, then just check for $A is greater than $B or not. Equal. And close this statement using F5, and then again write one more condition. If these two are not true, then check for $A hyphen EQ equal to $B, and in that case just print equal $A is equal to $B, something like this I done. So I written all the condition now, and again I'm doing F5. Now if you'll try to save this file, okay, now you'll try to run this. So if you're going to say 500, 200, so they will say yes, 500 is greater than 200. If you'll say, they will say yes, 500 is less than 2000. Okay. If I'll say 500 is equal to 500, so they will say yes, 500 is equal to 500. That means all the three condition is getting satisfied by changing the number. Here itself, you can compare the two numbers. Okay. So like this way, you can write the if condition also. But just remember, here the if condition start like this, then you have to give the square bracket, give a space, then here you have to give the variable with the starting with dollar. Okay, like this way you have to do it. Okay, and like this way you will be keep doing. Hope that is clear to you. Fine. Is it fine? Any confusion in this if condition in the bash scripting? Nobody is saying something. Is it clear that if condition part? Is it clear to all of you that if condition? Just tell yes or no, all of you. Or any confusion, that also you can ask. If you want to see the statement, this is the statement I written inside this. This is the logic I written. So do you want to ask anything inside this logic? Okay then. Okay then, that's all for today. Okay. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining concept. Okay, we'll see the for loop, while loop. Okay. These all things we'll try to see one by one. Thanks all of you.